Hello. Are we on?
We're on. Hello, everyone. Well, I have been getting a lot of messages and a lot of questions revolving goal setting, not meeting goals when we with the deadline that we set for them, getting frustrated and maybe wanting to stop or give up. So I just want to take a little bit of time and address that and speak some words of encouragement. Now, before I even got on here, I put on some valor, because that just gives us courage and helps us to just push on and continue the course, to stay the course, right? So I did that and, breathed that for a little bit. So what happens when you get discouraged? You set a goal, which is amazing and wonderful, and we need to continue to do that. But you didn't meet that goal in the time frame that you gave yourself. The simple answer to that is you mark through that deadline and you make a new one. But you don't stop, because the only way you're not going to make it is if you quit. So don't do that. There's some other things, though, besides the whole goal setting and not hitting it at the exact time that we think that we chose to do that. And yes, been there, done that. It's disappointing.
And just the fact that you're writing down a goal is like you're ahead of 80% of the rest of the people trying to do anything.
Absolutely.
Because most people don't do it.
Absolutely. But something else that I am seeing happening, and people aren't always aware that it is happening to them, because it sometimes can be very subtle, is getting sidetracked. The shiny object, chasing the newest thing, the latest, greatest, whatever it might be. And that could be gadgets, that could be new materials, a lot of different things. Enrolling in and buying like all of the programs, the self-development, the leadership, the business training, the improve your own self and meet your goals in so many days, and all that stuff that's out there. And there's a lot of good stuff out there, but sometimes we just get sidetracked with all of it instead of getting back to the true us and where we coming from.
To the roots.
So make sure that's not happening to you. And then there is that awful word. You guys know what that word is?
The C word.
Yes. Comparison. So comparison, there is nothing good that comes from comparison. It steals our joy. And the truth of the matter is, I may be looking at someone and comparing myself to someone that is in their chapter 10 and I'm in chapter 2. And I don't know that. So I don't do it. There is just nothing. It's a killjoy. There is nothing good that comes out of comparison, because you know what? Even Frank and I have very different personalities, in case you guys didn't know that. And what his way of doing things is not my way of doing things all the time. And I don't want to compare myself to him, because we see things differently. We approach things differently. We're different people. So don't do that, you guys. Just nothing good comes out of that. I encourage every one of you to go back and remember, what is your why? Why did you set the goals that you set in the first place? Why did you begin the journey that you began, whatever that is in your life? What's your why? And if it's written down, I want you to read it and reread it. And if you haven't written it down, go write it down and look at it every single day. Hopefully you've got a vision board and you can glance at that vision board, put it in a place where you will see it every single day, so that you can see those things that you desire to manifest. the way you want things to be, the people that you want to help, whatever that looks like for you, the amount of money that you want to give every month, where you want to live, whatever that is. Has your why changed? Maybe you need to update it because it changes. Mine continues to evolve. The original why is still there, but I add things to it, so it's evolving. My desire is to continually see lives transformed, people empowered, and healthcare reformed. That hasn't always been my why, but that's my why today. I want to share something with you. Frank and I are going to Florida. So we pack everything that we need for that trip. We load the car up with all the stuff that we want to bring with us and everything that we're going to need, and we start driving. So, we drive for hours and hours and hours, and then we get to Mississippi. And there's this long, long stretch of highway where there is nothing. It's just barren. There are no restaurants. There are no rest stops. There's nothing there. So, after a period of time, we start to get a little discouraged because we're hungry. We start to get frustrated because it is just so barren. And finally, we're just feeling like, oh my gosh, are we going in the right direction? Is this the way we really should go? Are we on the right road? Did we miss a turn somewhere? Oh my, where are we? Surely this isn't the right way. We want to go to Florida. This doesn't look anything like Florida. We must have made a wrong turn. Something's wrong. So we finally become disoriented and we get so caught up in, oh my gosh, it doesn't look the way we thought it was going to look. And we turn around and we begin to drive back home. Obviously, we are never going to make it to Florida because we didn't stay the course. We were on our way and we just got sidetracked. We thought our journey can't possibly look like this because it wasn't the way we had visualized it. So we can't be on the right road. So because we turned around, we're not going to make it to Florida. It's just not going to happen. The truth of the matter is, you guys, we need to enjoy the journey. And sometimes the journey looks a little bit different than what we envisioned. So it's all about today and taking full advantage of all the good things today. And we're going to have to get back in that car and we're going to have to travel that road again and start all over. We lost hours. We're going to have to start all over. But we're going to have to purpose in our mind that no matter when we get to that long stretch that seems so forever, never going to end, there are no restaurants, there are no rest stops, there's nothing there. We're going to have to bring some snacks and be prepared for that part of the journey. Granola, Sleek bars, Ningxia Red. And not become weary. And if we persevere, we will make it to Florida. And then it will look like what we visualized all that time. So we have to stay focused on whatever our dream is. Whatever our vision is, we have to stay focused on it. Even when it's not manifested yet. Even when it doesn't even look like it's going to manifest. You know those times, you guys, when you look at your bank account and you see there's not enough money? And that's all you can see is, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? We have to look beyond that. When we're looking at our rank and we're focusing on where we are today and how long we've been there and how long we've been working to get to that next rank, and we become stuck. Wherever our focus is, that's where the energy flows, and we're going to get more of it. So if our focus is on, oh my gosh, I've been here for so long, or oh my gosh, this section of the highway is never going to end. It's never going to look like Florida. Guess what? That's going to be a long darn drive. But if we can go, you know what? I know this is temporary. Let's put on some good music. Let's make some phone calls. Let's do something and enjoy this part of the journey. It's going to go a whole lot faster. And before you know it, we're going to see those palm trees. So faith is our belief in something that has not yet manifested. So where's your faith? And what's your faith in? Very sadly, most of us are recreating what we're facing today and what we did in our past, because that's what our energy is looking at. That's where our focus is on. So we continue to recreate the same scenarios over and over and over again. And we talk about it. And we talk about all the failures. We talk about all the frustrations. We talk about, oh my gosh, if so-and-so would have only done this, and if that would have happened. And instead of talking in faith about the way we desire it to be, and setting our attention and our intention to what we truly want.
And gratitude.
And being grateful for where we are and what we already have. Right? I want you to think about this. You've got a radio. So you're in your car and you turn the radio to 101.1. I am never, ever going to hear what's playing on 103.3. It's not going to happen, because the frequency of the radio station I'm on is 101.1, and that is the frequency that I am going to hear. I will never hear another radio frequency until I change that dial. It's the same thing with us.
Dial. Most of them don't have a dial anymore.
Well, whatever you have. Until you make a change. Until you change the radio station.
The channel.
So make sure that you're aware of what you're tuned into. Where's your frequency tuned in? Because that's what you're going to keep getting. If it's where you want it to be, kudos to you. If it's not, then change it, shift it. You all deserve great things. You deserve to be happy. You deserve everything that you visualize, everything that you've got on your vision board, everything that is up here. Get it in writing, because statistics show us that we are 93% more likely to achieve the things, our goals that we put into writing, than those that we do not. And don't become weary in well-doing. The end of that highway will come. And those palm trees will eventually show up. Unless I get discouraged and turn around and go home. And then they ain't coming, you guys. I will not set foot on the beach. Not when I go back to Arkansas. It ain't going to happen.
You said ain't twice.
So take inventory of your beliefs and make those necessary adjustments and tune in to what you actually desire, not what you've been experiencing. Who's in? Who's ready to do that?
In anybody who's just starting out on their journey, it's going to feel harder at the beginning. It'll get easier.
There are seasons.
And you enjoy it more.
There are seasons. And some seasons feel more pleasant than others, but they're all seasons. So if you're in one of those dry seasons, it'll pass. If you don't quit. If you do, not going to happen. Anything else that you want to share?
Stay the course. Don't get distracted. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes, we're here. We're going to help you. We love you guys. We speak blessings over you. And I can't wait until we're all doing some of these retreats, these vacations, this fun.
We need friends in Banff.
Together. You guys, we're looking forward to that. So many blessings. I speak abundance. I speak prosperity. I speak health over all of you. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks.